RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949. First Mid-America Credit Union, exceeding members' expectations since 1934. Gerard Fisher American Family Insurance, all of your protection under one roof. Macias Insurance, professional independent insurance agents. Tom Lane State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. Toyota, let's go places. Visit buyatoyota.com. Andy's Auto Body and Car Care, offering friendly service and reliable repairs since 1974. Liberty Bank, committed to providing excellent customer service above all else. Johnson's Corner, located at 2000 State Street in Alton, is the area's best corner bar and eatery. Burko Construction, offering all kinds of construction services from new building projects to renovations. Auto Butler Car Wash and Express Lube, located at 1706 Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. And Roper's Regal Beagle, the Metro East premier sports bar and grill.
Back at the stadium at West School, and Belleville East going to kick things off here, and the Redbirds going to get the football first. And we're ready to go. Here's the kickoff. Homecoming 2013 underway, and the Redbirds return to kick up the middle of the field between the hash marks over the 20, over the 25, out to the 27. Amonette looks like running that one back to start it off.
Yeah, they're sending Javer back tonight instead of Keyshawn, and Javer did a good job, got about 15 yards on the return. You know, we talk about Javer. Last week he played big minutes. This isn't basketball anymore. He gave good time on the cornerback position for the Redbirds defense, and now he's returning kicks.
And now we're ready to go with the Redbirds and the shotgun and the offensive set. It is Levante Hobbs, the junior quarterback, and he's ready to go, and the handoff goes up the middle, and the Redbirds over the 30 to about the 31-yard line as they try the right side to start things off, and the Redbirds with a couple of yards there.
And it's sort of like coming home at Thanksgiving. Every year you come home at Thanksgiving, you know what you're going to get. Coach Alderman sticks with this dive to start off the game. Padrero runs hard. He gives the dive, then they try to pop one outside. Let's see if the formula stays true, Brent.
Padrero running the ball for a couple of yards, almost 4 yards there, out to the 31-yard line. Alton at their own 31, and now up under center is Hobbs. I formation behind him. Couple of receivers here to the near side. And they will hand the ball off again, and this time nothing doing, no room at all, and that might have been Keyshawn, and he's going to lose yards. It's going to be 3rd and 9 now.
The defensive nose tackle blew that play up. He was in the backfield as soon as Keyshawn got the handoff. He had no chance.
Hobbs getting a new play from the sideline, and it's 3rd and long as the new play comes in from DeMonte Wigfall, the wide receiver. And we'll see if they put the ball in the air or play it safe here with 10.5 minutes to go. First quarter, no score. Just underway, the Redbirds and the Lancers. Receivers left and right. Just one man in the backfield now. May have a man in motion before this play goes. And Hobbs with a long count. No man in motion. Instead, the quarterback in motion with a pitch to Young, but no room on the near side as he has knocked down 2 or 3 Lancers there. back at the 23-yard line, 4th down, and it's time to punt.
And that's a safe call right there. That's one of those, it's the beginning of the game. Let's not do anything to hurt ourselves. They've got a strong punter. Punt it off, let your defense play. I think the Redbirds showed a lot of toughness last week in Granite City with their defense by really keeping Granite between the 30s, really competing. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of position is left after Eli punts this ball.
Number 60, the senior, Eli Tall, will boom it away. It's a nice line drive over the 50. Takes an Alton roll all the way back near the 20, and it was touched there by East, and it's going to be Redbird football. As it's picked up there, Mylan Hughes might be the man to scoop it up, but the Lancers didn't get away from that bounding ball, and it touched the return man.
Yeah, and you're always taught as the return guy, if the punt's over your head, you just let it go. You don't go near it. And unfortunately for Belleville East, their guy tried to pick it up, and the Redbirds were Johnny on the spot. Quick recovery. Looks a lot like the Cahokia game.
Special teams play there, and it's a big one, as all the way down to the 18-yard line, the Redbirds are going to get the ball. Great punt, too, by Eli Tall to make it happen. And with 9.5 to go, the Redbirds first and 10 in the red zone. Hobbs rolling to the right, throwing behind his receiver there a little bit, and incomplete. Looked like he had running room there, but Ben Willis incomplete.
And he was looking for Ben, and we saw this play last week, and for the people who are tuning in who saw it on RiverBender, this was successful for them last week, Brent. You roll Levante out of the pocket and look for a receiver coming across the middle. I thought he had room to run there, maybe could have picked up a couple yards.
Looked like he had a little bit of room, but instead it's going to be 2nd down and 10. Pedrero and Young in the backfield. Keyshawn, the deep man, behind Hobbs as the offensive line gets set. And with 9:28 to go, 2nd down, and they hand off to the fullback. Pedrero, no room yet, and that offensive line getting manhandled a little bit, and there's some big guys for East on the line there.
Yeah, number 72, the nose tackle. He's the leader in size-wise, but they're very stout on that line, very stout. And it's going to cause some problems for the Redbirds offensive line tonight. Coach Alderman's going to have to get creative with his play calling.
Darren McDaniel, number 72, is 320 pounds in the middle of that defensive line. You called it. 3 minutes into the game, and we're now at 3rd and about a dozen. Hobbs back to throw, rolling, now rolling to his left, and he's going to run with it to the 20, back down to about the 17 or 18-yard line. 4th down and 10. Back to the original line of scrimmage, and we'll see if Eli will try a long field goal here maybe.
Yeah, and that was a good job by Levante from avoiding the rush by Mr. McDaniel. The nose tackle 72 rushing right up the middle. He sidestepped him, ran, picked up a couple yards. Going to give the Redbirds an opportunity maybe here to put some points on the board.
Eli Tall putting the tee down at the 25. It's going to be a 35-yard field goal attempt here early in the ball game after the big turnover by Belleville East. High snap, but it's down. The kick is up, and it is no good. It had the distance, a line drive, but it was hooking a little bit to the left, and it's no good on the field goal try from 35 yards.
There's something, though, even on that field goal attempt, it was a high snap, and it got down. But 72 McDaniels was still right in the kicker's face when he kicked it again. That's going to be a theme tonight. If the Redbirds can't keep him out of the backfield, they're going to have a long night. That's a big guy, and if he can create havoc in the backfield and disrupt the timing of the offense, it's going to be hard to move the ball forward.
A good chance for the Redbirds to get some points on the board, touchdown or field goal, and now they'll have to go on defense for the first time tonight. Handoff up the middle, a hole there, and breaking a tackle or two is the running back who takes it away, and Keyshawn Young finally dragging him down. Number 33 had some room up the middle. Brandon Mason, the 5'8" senior running back, with some room up the middle there.
And that was a strong run right off the right side a little bit. Keyshawn did make the tackle, but he had to get dragged about 3 yards to get him down.
Out to the 39-yard line. The Lancers have it at their own 39, 1st and 10. 7:40 to go, first quarter here. Lancers ball. Quarterback hands it off, and this time nothing doing. The Redbirds drop the ball carrier for a loss of a couple of yards there, and 55 always around the ball. Rico Gibson the junior linebacker, in on that tackle.
Yeah, and Rico's the leader of this defense, and I think he does a great job of blowing up runs just like he did right there. Also, number 72, Keontae Wagner, was down there on the bottom of that.
We talked about him a lot in Granite City last week, too, on the defensive line. Belleville East running the football again, and up the middle it goes over the right side for just a couple. The quarterback is Arkim Lewis, number 7, a senior. Ryan McDonald has played some quarterback, but this senior, number 7, is in there right now. And we're down to 6:45 to go here in the first quarter. Number 33, that running back, Brandon Mason, goes out of the game for this play on 3rd down and 8. We'll see if it goes in the air. It's up under center for Lewis, number 7. He's up under center with an I formation behind him, faking the run, rolling to his right, wants to throw it, now keeps it to the 45-yard line. It's going to be 4th and 4, and the Lancers at their own 45 going to have to punt it away.
Redbirds stayed very disciplined on that. They fell back into a zone. They covered their areas. The linebacker responsible for the flat dropped into the flat, and he was able to come up and make the tackle short of the first down. Redbirds defense hold. They're going to get the ball back.
And hopefully Lovings or Young can give the Redbirds some good field position here. Josh Lovings back to return it. Keyshawn Young now creeping up just in case. They fake it, but instead we're going to have our first penalty flags of the night. And if it's on Alton, it may be a first down at the 50-yard line. Offsides Alton, and that's going to give the Belleville East Lancers a first down at the 50 on 4th and 4.
And those are the mistakes you can't make, especially at home and especially early. You got a turnover. We didn't capitalize on it. Now you got to stop with your defense, and you give them a free first down by lining up off sides. You got to regroup here, try to get a stop.
Midway through the first quarter, and the Lancers will keep the drive alive thanks to the Alton penalty. And now it's a shotgun for Lewis. Receivers to his left and right. And he waits for the snap here on first down. It's a run. Direct snap to him, and he takes off right away. Gibson chasing him down from behind, but not before he gets about 7 yards down to the 43-yard line. Lewis on a quarterback keeper there.
Yeah, and that was a designed quarterback run to the left side. And what that allows you to do is it really gives you 2 extra blockers with your fullback and your running back to get out in front to help open up a lane for your quarterback.
And now on the far hash mark, they'll line it up again and I formation again behind the quarterback. 2nd down and short. They'll keep it on the ground. It's a first down to the 40. Now the ball carrier back a couple of yards before he charges forward to the 36-yard line. Demarius Ward, number 36, down to the 36-yard line.
And now it looks like what happens is Belleville East has realized we're not having a lot of success up the middle, Brent. So they're trying to pop it to the left, pop it to the right, running outside the tackles.
The last 2 runs, one to the left, one to the right. I formation again behind the quarterback here, and East has a first down. Down to the Alton 36-yard line. Here's another run over the right side. They pop it outside, and it's 33 again. Gibson, Amanette with a good open field tackle. But Mason, number 33 that is, Brandon Mason with a good gain down to the 27-yard line.
And they're starting to march, and this is why when we look at turnovers and mistakes, it normally comes down to who makes the least mistakes and then who can capitalize on it. Alton didn't capitalize on the fumble punt. Now Belleville's capitalizing on Alton's mistake with the offsides penalty.
And we'll see if they're able to put some points on the board or whether they make a mistake or two here. As they're close to the red zone, Lewis gets away from a couple of Redbirds, finds an open man, big tight end down inside the 10 and all the way down for a 1st and goal. Cortez Holman, 6'2" tight end, a senior, was open right in the middle of the field on that pass play.
Yeah, it was a naked bootleg to the left. The quarterback rolled out to the left. I thought we had a chance to sack him. 2 Redbirds had a shot at him, didn't get him. He found the tight end running a drag route across the middle, hit him right in stride.
Down to the 9, they call it. 1st and goal there with 4:25 to go. First quarter. Redbirds need some D here. 1st and goal at the 9. Shotgun by Lewis. two receivers to the near side here. And that's the way that Lewis is going to come running it. He keeps it. He's inside the 5 before he's smacked down by number 4, Amanette, and number 55, Gibson, combining on that tackle.
And one thing we saw last week, Jaber Amanette, he's not the biggest kid out there playing, but he's not backing down. He comes up and makes open field tackles. Him and Rico just made a sandwich right there. That was a good stop because the quarterback almost scored.
Second down and goal from the 3-yard line. A 6-yard gain for the quarterback there.
If you could hold here, that's got to feel great for your defense. If you can just hold the 3, this is going to be a dive inside.
Lancers ready, and they give it up the middle, and Mason has some room, and he's going to score. Touchdown, Lancers, 33, Brandon Mason on a 2nd and goal from the 3. Takes it right up the middle, and into the end zone he goes.
And it was that's simple old school football. We're going to line up in the power I formation. Somewhere Barry Switzer's smiling. Drop back, get the fullback to knock out the linebacker, hand it to the running back. He walked into the end zone.
2nd and goal from the 3. They score a touchdown, and now the extra point is in the air, and it's good with 3:28 to go. First quarter, 7-0, Belleville East. Back at the stadium in a moment. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Car to look stunning and keep it running? Then take your car to Andy's Auto Body and Complete Car Care Center. Andy's ASE certified mechanics perform oil changes, suspension repair, air conditioning repair and service, engine diagnostics, warranty maintenance, tires, brakes, and shocks, plus state-of-the-art Hawkeye alignment. Like Andy's on Facebook. Andy's Auto Body and Car Care Center with 2 locations in Alton and Maryville is your car's home away from home.
Burco Construction provides all types of construction services, from new building projects to renovations. Directional boring is a specialty. Directional boring is a way to get utilities from one point to another without destroying existing ground or obstacles that are in between the 2 points. Directional boring goes above and beyond traditional trenching, connecting utilities and services in places where traditional trenching is impossible. In business since 1998, Burco Construction Company, 618-259-2440.
Touchdown run. Lancers lead it 7-0. The Redbirds had some chances for 3 or for 7, a touchdown, but instead it's the Lancers who score first. And now the kickoff goes deep, and the Redbirds up the middle with that return, and it's Lovings out to the 22-yard line for Alton.
Redbirds are going with multiple kick returners. I think they like to see different looks. Josh got decent return yards. They're going to start in decent position. They're at about the 22. So now we're going to look to get it going, drive a little bit, and see what we can do.
Redbirds with it.
Brent, it seems like everybody in the conference got these new shiny helmets.
Yeah, they do. Silver for the Lancers with some blue on there. And the Redbirds have somebody jump on the line there before the snap. And we'll see the call going against Alton again. Another mistake there as it's going to cost him 5, Coach.
Yeah, and it was a false start on the center because he's looking at Mr. McDaniel, big 72, sitting over the top of him. That's a lot to ask for to try to handle him one-on-one up front and try to snap the ball. He's caused havoc this whole first half. Redbirds got to try to hit him with something to get him off balance.
Redbirds going to try to get the momentum swung back to the home side of the field here on homecoming 2013, first weekend of October. The snap back to Hobbs, throws to Lovings, and behind him a little bit, and he reached up. It hit both of his hands, it looked like. A catchable ball, even though it was high, incomplete.
Yeah, it was a little bit behind him. He did get both hands on it. I'd like to see him catch it, especially with the hit he took from the cornerback after he missed it. If you're going to take a hit like that, at least pull down the ball and get you some stats.
They were looking for a gain of maybe 5 or more there just to get him out of this hole of 2nd down and 15 at their own 17-yard line here.
One thing they did try to do with the adjustment on the line, Brent, they're trying to chop the linemen now.
Shotgun again, and Hobbs back again, rolling to his right, has some time, some room, throws high again, and through the hands of maybe Lovings again, incomplete. And he's slow to get up this time.
Yeah, he came down pretty hard, and I don't know if it was on his elbow. Josh is a tough kid, so if I know Josh, he'll get up.
And it was a target of number 31 again for Hobbs to Lovings, but 3rd and 15.
And that's one of the things that when you get comfortable and you get that go-to guy, other people start focusing on him. Kind of, if you watch the Bears, Cutler likes to focus in on Brandon Marshall. So people start trying to take that away. Levante's got to go through his reads and see who else might be open instead of forcing the ball into traffic.
So now back under center is Hobbs on 3rd and 15, and we saw this deep in their own territory a moment ago. Maybe just keep it on the ground and be safe. But nope, Hobbs is going to try a screen to Keyshawn Young. He has it, gallops to the 20, 25, 30, and he's going to fall just a yard or two short of a first down out over the 30-yard line, and he needed the 32-yard line.
And I like the call, though, because they took advantage of Belleville East's aggressiveness up front. They ran the screen play out to the left. Keyshawn almost popped it for a first down, something you might want to come back to later in the game.
Especially when you get number 5 out in open field area, whether it's the secondary or the linebacker area, and we'll see if that works later on or if they go to it later on. 2.5 minutes to go, first quarter, 7-0 Belleville East, and they're going to get the ball back again after Eli Tall punts it away. He's going to fake it. It's a first down to the 40-yard line. 4th and a yard. And Eli Tall went right around the rushers as they were going for the block, and 2 or 3 Lancers got left in the dust there.
And again, great call by Coach Alderman and his staff. The defensive line for Belleville East is being so aggressive right now that they're becoming undisciplined, and they're not holding their lanes. Like you said, the gunner on the end went for the block, gave up the lane. Eli just turned the corner, had an easy first down.
Especially on 4th and 1. And he's out to the 40-yard line for a 1st and 10. We'll see if that does something to ignite the Redbirds. Here's a pitch to the outside, and Keyshawn Young breaks a tackle or 2 or 3 to the 50, the 40, the 30, the 20, 10, 5, touchdown. How about Keyshawn Young? Touchdown, Redbirds.
Brent, all I can say is wow. It's a Friday night wow. He was stuck 2 yards past the line of scrimmage with a guy hanging on his leg with 2 other guys coming in to make the tackle. Somehow, as they say, he became slippery, broke it off, and that was a long touchdown run.
60 yards for Keyshawn Young there. And we're an extra point away from a tie ball game thanks to number 5. Keyshawn does it again.
Good thing about Keyshawn, he's got plenty of experience running on this field. He's been running on it for 4 years.
Eli Tall's kick is in the air. The extra point is good. And after Eli Tall ran for a first down on a fake punt, then it was Keyshawn Young for a touchdown, and now the Redbirds with some momentum.
Right, and we talk about mistakes, and sometimes we think mistakes as being penalties or things like that. Sometimes mistakes can just be your discipline. Redbirds gave up a first down with the offsides on 4th down. Belleville East gives up a first down on 4th down by not being disciplined in their pass rush. Now we got a 7-7 ball game going forward.
7-7, and the Redbirds going to kick off, and the Redbirds getting the momentum back a little bit maybe. We'll see. As Belleville East is in town tonight at Public School Stadium, and with 1:49 to go, first quarter, that run up the middle was something to see by Keyshawn Young as they had him by the ankles, broke a tackle, then broke another tackle about 5 yards down the line of scrimmage or in their own zone. But once he hit the 50, he was gone up the middle.
He was gone. I mean, he was looking back trying to see where everybody went.
60-yard touchdown run, and number 60, Eli Tall, tees it up. And the Redbirds will kick it off and hope for a good special teams play and pin the Lancers deep. 7-7 ball game now, each team with a touchdown here in the first quarter.
Very exciting. He's an exciting, electrifying young player.
Tall boots one deep inside the 10, and it's going to bounce into the end zone, and a touchback out to the 20. come the Lancers when we come back. 1:49 to go, first quarter, 7-7 now. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Protection. Can anyone over there give me protection? Put me in, coach. I can offer protection. Not only can I protect the quarterback, I can protect your dreams. Call me, Gerard Fisher, 466-7062.
American Family Insurance.
Pursuit there, and it's a sack, basically, a loss of 6 yards.
And again, I'm all about patterns. I've always been about patterns. Last week when the Redbirds, Keyshawn broke a long run to get them going. Think about it. Pedrero came up with 2 big sacks right after that. Here's one of them. Let's see if the defense is a little bit more energized now that it's even.
Second down and long, and they'll run it to Mason over the left side, but he is grabbed and tripped up. A high-low tackle there, it looked like, and they get him down just outside the 15, about the 17. It's still going to be 3rd and 13 to go.
Yeah, and that tackle was by number 70, Dre Thomas. I think Dre's a senior now. Seems like he's been at the high school forever, been playing varsity since a sophomore. And that was a nice tackle off the defensive end.
Up to the line of scrimmage with just 45 seconds to go here in the opening quarter of Alton's homecoming game here in 2013. Redbirds trying to tune it up on D. Here's a throw high, and it's in and out of the hands of the receiver. A good grab, but a good play by Keyshawn Young as the receiver went up, and he was upended there.
Yeah, and I'm not quite sure if he knows where he is right now. That's always a scary thing. He went up to make the tackle. The defender came low, took his legs out from under him, made him somersault, land on his neck. They're walking him to the sideline. We're going to hope that everything's okay with him.
Got to check his back and his neck on a play like that. Anytime there's a high throw and a defender is, closing in on him, you never know what's going to happen there. And he was upended with 32 seconds to go. Alton and Belleville East tied 7-7 here late in the first quarter. And the Redbirds going to get the football back.
That's been a good hold. Here's the punt.
Alton with some good D, and now near midfield, it's grabbed there by Lovings. Lovings is knocked down right there at the 50. There's a flag behind the play, and we'll see what that's all about on the special teams play, if it's on Alton on a bad block there. Otherwise, right around midfield here for the Redbirds.
We're in good field position. Rico Gibson, number 55, and number 58 for Belleville East got into some kind of tussle war right about the 45. Normally it's the second guy who always gets caught, and it's looking like it's going to be Alton.
They got tangled up, that's for sure, and the flag at the Belleville East 45-yard line laying on the turf, and it is a penalty on the Redbirds, and we'll see if it's 5, if it's 10, or if it's 15. And they're going back inside the 40 for a 10-yard penalty to their own 39-yard line. Maybe a hold then.
Yeah, if it's a 10-yarder, they got him for a hold and not a legal block in the back, which at first I thought the call was. So you're not in that bad of a shape, Brent. You're still in, at your 39 with momentum.
Lovings, receiver to the far side. 2 receivers to the near side, including a slot man, but we'll see how the Redbirds play it at their own 39-yard line. 1st and 10. Hobbs back to throw. Going to throw deep to Lovings, and just overthrown over there as they get tangled up, and there's a flag.
Well, I know the object of the game is tackling, but you can't tackle the receiver before he gets the ball.
Looked like the ball was overthrown there, and maybe Lovings tangled up before the ball got out there, so maybe Lovings would have been under it if not for the pass interference, and that's going to be on the Lancers.
And in past games, we've seen that. I don't know if it's because of Josh's size, but even down at O'Fallon, against a very good O'Fallon defense, they forced them into 3 or 4 offensive pass interference calls where the balls were overthrown, but somehow Josh just gets under him and they get all tangled up.
So 15 yards is a big help to the Alton defense, or Alton offense, as they're into Belleville East territory now. The Lancers' 46-yard line on that big penalty.
Yeah, and the yellow's starting to add up on Belleville East.
Shotgun for Hobbs. He's ready to take the snap again at the 50-yard line. He hands to Pedrero. The fullback dive, nothing there. He's going to lose a yard. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter here at Public Schools Stadium. The Alton Redbirds 7, the Belleville East Lancers 7. After one quarter at Public Schools Stadium, back with more football in a moment. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Family-owned Johnson's Corner at 2000 State Street in Alton is the area's best corner bar and eatery. The restaurant is known for its homemade onion rings, fantastic pizza, and of course, its famous pork tenderloin. The bar is a friendly place to talk, laugh, make new friends, and of course, quench your thirst. Now you can watch live high school sports in the bar. Open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner. Johnson's Corner is an inviting place to enjoy good comfort food. Johnson's Corner, an Alton tradition.
We're always looking for better ways to do things, but with some banks, better for them isn't always better for you.
You've reached MegaBank. Press 1 to hear your current balance. Press 2 to hear these options again.
Introducing free Kasasa checking. When you do stuff for us, like swipe your debit card or get e-statements, we make it even better for you with cash back and refunds on ATM fees. Kasasa, carried locally at Liberty Bank. Do you, Kasasa?
1. Alton Redbirds and Belleville East Lancers, Southwestern Conference football here on the Big Z. And William Gordon and Brent Birkland back with you. 7-7 after one quarter. The Lancers scored first. The Redbirds with an answer, a big answer by Keyshawn Young from 60 yards away. And now Alton ball to start the second quarter here. And they start at second down and 11. From the Belleville East 47-yard line. It's a pitch, a halfback pass. Keyshawn Young throwing it and into double coverage to Willis, but knocked away by a couple of Lancers there.
Yeah, and that was never there. I like the call coming out of the quarter because you can draw it up and nobody's confused. But like you called, Brent, it was double covered. You're almost better either just tuck and run it or throw it away to be safe. You've got the momentum right now. It's interesting to see now. That was a second down play, so you gave up a second down play for that, and you're still 3rd and 11, so you're still 3rd and long. Let's see if that screen play comes back into play.
Because, again, they are on the Lancers side of the field here, 47-yard line with 11:53 to go. First half as we're into the second quarter now. 3 receivers trips here to the near side of the field. Hobbs back, he's going to throw again. Has some time over the middle. He throws for Willis, and it's over his head, incomplete, as there were plenty of defenders there again. And in the face of Hobbs was big number 72 of the Lancers.
Yeah, and he's starting to bark at people now. He's feeling good. He got his hands on the quarterback. You know, he's feeling good. He's barking at the lineman. He's been disruptive. Had an opportunity, we're going to punt, try to pin them deep inside their own territory, let that defense go to work again.
72, the fridge is out of the game now for a while. 6'1", 320-pound senior. And now a punt by Eli Tall, and he kicks a line drive near the 10 to the 5, and it's rolling just into the end zone and just beyond the pylon there. That was close, but it's a touchback.
Yeah, and so now the Belleville Lancers are going to come out, start at their 20. If I'm Alton, though, I'm still feeling good because right now, Keyshawn sprung us, got everybody feeling good. The defense is holding. So now you just want to get another good solid stop, flip field position, and try to attack again.
And it's a penalty. Looks like it might be illegal procedure on the Redbirds there on the punt. So I think Belleville East will take it at the 20, though. They'll probably decline that because they don't want to be pinned any further back than the 20-yard line, I don't think.
No, and Eli has shown a good knack for putting balls in the as a coffin corner, as they called it in the old days, and putting people out within the 10-yard line. So this is a smart play. Take the 20, see what you got.
And they need to go 80 yards in a 7-7 game. Looks like the shotgun for the Lancers. Back it goes, and Up the middle it goes, breaking a couple of tackles, but that's it. Redbirds were there to smother that one, and it's a big loss back to about the 16-yard line. Pedrero, Willis, and some other Redbirds all there.
Yeah, I mean, the mascot might have been in there on the tackle.
It was a sea of red in the backfield, and now we're at 2nd down and 14, back at the 16-yard line. Lewis going to throw, now run. Now he throws complete to the far sideline, and squirting out near the 30 goes the receiver, all the way out to about the 28.
And the quarterback didn't look real sure. He had happy feet. They're going to the hurry up now, trying to create pace here. Let's see how the Redbirds handle this no-huddle offense.
3rd down and only about 2 to go now after that completed pass on the far side, right in front of the Belleville East bench. Here's a fumble on the handoff, and the quarterback luckily had it bounce back to him. Pedrero was right there, but Willis was right there, but the quarterback jumped back on it.
Yeah, and what little bit of momentum Belleville East had, they just lost it. It was a poor exchange between the quarterback and the running back. He never opened up completely to take the ball. Fumble, they recovered it, but they lost 6 yards on it, so they're going to have to punt.
And it was 3rd and short, 3rd and 2. And now it's 4th down and about 7 after that big loss. And now it will be a punt for the Lancers. It's a short one. It's going to hit at the 50. Take a Lancer hop to the 40. Keyshawn Young grabs it. 40, 45, 50. Into Belleville East territory to the 46-yard line goes number 5 again.
And once again, they've put themselves in great position. And that's what you want, Brent. You want your defense to hold so you can flip field position and try to attack from midfield or closer.
Got the Lancers back to their own 20. And now you got field position back as with 9:51 to go, first half. 7-7 game, Alton and Belleville East. And now it's Alton ball again. Shotgun, Hobbs gives to Justice Pedrero inside the 45 to the 44, a gain of a couple, and that's about it. We've seen Hobbs throw the ball a lot. He's been in the shotgun, rolling around a lot, and that's the way the first half has been so far.
Yeah, and he's missed some throws. I mean, I'm sure he'd admit to that. But, again, they're still grinding. They go with the fullback dive. I like the fullback dive. If they come out in the power I, then this ball's going to the left. They're going to try to pop one with Young.
That's the big side of the field as they're on the near hash mark now, and maybe they'll use the left side of the offensive line. Redbirds get down in their stance up front, and we're ready to go. It's a fake handoff, and Hobbs going to throw it, and he completes it to Ben Willis, number 12, down to the 26-yard line as Willis was open in the middle of the field.
And we were half right. They used the left side of the field, naked bootleg, got him outside. Willis came across the middle, starting to become one of his new targets. Hit him. Ben made a great catch because he had to reach behind him to catch it. First down, Redbirds getting deep inside Belleville Lancer territory.
26-yard line now, and Redbirds on the move with 8:45 to go. Here in the second quarter, I formation. They'll pitch it to Keyshawn Young. He makes a couple of side steps and gets by a couple more tacklers down to the 23-yard line. Took a long route there to get 3 yards, but it's 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, that was exciting. He makes everything exciting. You know, that was a
3-yard run.
Yeah, even a 3-yard run. I mean, he's juking people, making people miss.
High stepping in the backfield, and to the 23-yard line he goes. He has the touchdown for Alton tonight, 7-7 here in the second quarter. Alton at home against Belleville East. Redbirds home next week against the East St. Louis Flyers.
Here's what I was looking for right here. He's going to go under center, single back, Keyshawn Young.
Trips to the left. He'll pitch it to Keyshawn again. Keyshawn Young cannot get around the tackler this time or break a tackle as back to the original line of scrimmage. It's 3rd and 10.
Yeah, and it's getting into the patterns. People who pay attention to patterns see these things. the Belleville East, the left side of their defensive line, saw Young in the backfield by himself. More times than not, they run out of that formation. They clogged it up. There was nothing there for them.
New play comes in from the sideline, and maybe 4 down territory depending on what happens on this 3rd down and 10. Got to get some positive yards here, though.
Yeah, especially with already missing 1 field goal. I think you're thinking 4 down, so you don't have to get the whole 1st down on 3rd down here.
Pedrero in the backfield with Hobbs, who's in the shotgun. He's going to throw it, and he throws it to the far side and not close to Lovings as he was making his break, but the ball was already out there, and Hobbs ends up down on the ground as he was hit when he had to throw it early.
Yeah, they're still getting pressure up front. That made Levante throw it a little bit earlier than what he wanted to throw it. Lovings hadn't come out his break. He was running a 5 and out to the sideline. He just hadn't come out his break yet.
Well, the Redbirds look like they're going to go for it. Maybe a screen, maybe something open in the middle of the field here. We'll see with 6:57 to go, 2nd quarter. Hobbs gets the new play. They huddle up on 4th down and 10 from the Belleville East 26-yard line in a 7-7 game. Alton and Belleville East. Belleville West and Edwardsville tonight in a big one. They're both 5-0. Here we go. Hobbs back, looking to throw, and has to get away from a would-be tackler. Now he is going to throw it high over the head of Willis. Incomplete, down around the 10-yard line, and the ball goes back to the Lancers now on 4th down.
Yeah, and that's always been tough. And I remember being a freshman in high school, and the playoff game my high school team played was against Donovan McNabb, coming out of Mount Carmel that year. And I saw him roll out to his left and make right-handed throws. Inaccurate. But then again, we saw where he ended up, too. That is so tough to roll to your left and make passes to the right against people coming back across your body.
Again, it looked like he had maybe a little running room, although it was 10 yards to go. I don't know if he had 10 yards worth of space there, but he did throw it incomplete. And now the handoff goes to the right side. Willis and some other Redbirds there, though, at the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing, and the defenses for these two teams taking over lately here, and we've been 7-7 for a while.
Yeah, it's been kind of locked up. They're settled in now. The center actually stepped on the quarterback's foot as he was backing out from under center and caused him to fall. Luckily, he made the exchange to the running back, Mason.
Redbirds on the defensive line here as they get ready to roll. They shift around on that defensive line. And now they're ready on 2nd down and 9. They gave him a yard there. Now we're going to have a timeout for Belleville East. The Lancers with a timeout. We're at 6:05 to go. 2nd quarter, midway through the 2nd. And the Lancers and the Redbirds are tied at 7. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
I'll grab the birthday cake. You bring the gift, if you're sure she's ready.
She's 16, honey, and she's earned a set of keys.
She's studied and practiced, I know, but it's a big responsibility.
When you have a teen driver, it's good to know that Madison Mutual has the insurance coverage you need.
She's ready, and so are we. I talked to our Madison Mutual agent.
Call Barry Macias, your local independent insurance agent, at 467-2874.
The more life changes, the more you need Madison Mutual.
Red or black, silver or gold, new or used. At First Mid-America Credit Union, they know options are important to you. That's why they've made relationships with local dealerships where you'll receive all the extras with First Mid-America Credit Union's low rates and financing done on the spot. All you have to do is decide what you want. Your car, our loans, they're made for each other. www.1stmidamerica.org or call 618-258-3168 to speak to a representative.
After the Lancers timeout, the quarterback rolling to his right, and he finds a man in the flat, but in and out of the hands of a running back who was there for a 1st down and more, but incomplete.
And I think they took the timeout just to make that call. One thing, if you watch the film from last week where the Redbirds struggled at, they struggled when they had to fall back into pass zone defense. Granted, that made some good plays, especially to the running back number 3, Jackson, last week. Surprised Belleville East isn't trying to take more advantage of that, but they have a different type personnel, too. They're a little bigger, a little stronger up front.
trips to the right for the quarterback who's in the shotgun. It is Lewis. Lewis rolling to his right. He has some room. He throws it over the head of the intended receiver there. Had a man open at about the 40, and instead it's going to be 4th and long. So the Redbirds going to get the ball back. Keyshawn Young and Josh Lovings back to their own 40-yard line to return this punt. And we'll see if they get it at midfield again, yet again.
Yeah, I mean, lean on your defense and then run the rock.
And they're pinning Belleville West back at their own 20, 30-yard line each time here.
And right now, nothing's working for Belleville East. They just can't get anything going.
Here's a punt, high kick to the 40, and it's going to take an Alton bounce back to the sideline, the Redbirds sideline, out at the 41-yard line.
And that's the good thing about when your defense pins the offense in their own territory. Even when you get the ball on your half of the field, it's still going to be closer to the 40. Like right now, the Redbirds are going to start on the 41. I'm sure Coach Alderman would like to dial something up here to get some kind of points on the board.
And use this last 5:44 before halftime, and to take a halftime lead into the locker room would be big. We'll see if they can do it, as Alton has another possession here. Receivers left and right, I formation behind Hobbs, Pedrero and Young again. And here we go again. The center is 56 as always, Brendan Linhart, the senior. And Hobbs gets the snap, hands the ball off. Little bit of running room, but it closed up quickly there for Young. I think Keyshawn running that ball up the middle. And he is going to pick up maybe just a yard, as it turns out, to the 42-yard line. Looked like a hole to start.
Yeah, and it looked like he might have got it a little bit more than a yard. It's tough spotting right there. But again, it hasn't been that much running room up the middle all night anyway for either team. So you got to keep taking those body shots to loosen it up.
Redbirds sooner or later may try outside the hash marks. We'll see. Right now in the shotgun is Hobbs with 5 minutes to go till halftime. Hobbs going to roll to the left. Gets a block, and a high throw is incomplete there. Couple of receivers out there, including Ben Willis, but incomplete, overthrown again.
Yeah, and people didn't stay true to their routes right there, because it looks like number 19, Jordan Alexander, was in the area. Number 12, Ben Willis, was in the area. Just too many people in the area right there, so that couldn't have been the play design.
So, the Redbirds going to have to recalculate a 3rd and long, 3rd and 9 here. Otherwise, you're going to have to punt the ball again.
One of the things that has happened, though, Brent, since they've been throwing the ball so much, even though the Redbirds aren't making completions, the linebackers are backing up, because they were about 2 yards behind their guys. They're crept up right now a little bit.
Man in motion, and the pitch is going to go on a double reverse here, and it's going to come to the near side. A flag flies, though, and Lovings back to the line of scrimmage as it went from Hobbs to Young to Lovings, but here on the near side, he only gains about a yard.
Yeah, and you're going to get a legal motion right here on Lovings. He started moving towards the ball too soon.
So Belleville East may decline it, make it 4th down. And it is an illegal shift, movement on the offense, and they'll talk to the Lancers here with 4:45 to go, first half.
Yeah, working on my professional explanation, they're going to say we had an illegal shift. 2 men were in motion at the same time and didn't become reset for 2 seconds. That would be our NFL answer.
There you go. Second quarter, still with some time now, as Redbird's going to have to punt it away.
Redbird, you know, I really don't know how to feel about this game, because if you take away the outstanding run by Keyshawn and you don't have any points, and then you take away the initial drive by Belleville and they don't have any points, this is
stalemate.
Yeah.
Pretty much a stalemate, even though it is 7-7, a tie game on the board. Eli Tall with a booming punt again to the 20, down near the 10, goes out at about the 11 or 12-yard line as Eli Tall kicks it away from the return man and out of bounds inside the 20.
And right now, we're running early favorites for Munganast Player of the Game. I guess Eli said, hey, I didn't get it last week, so let me get some net punt yards up here and try to get it this week.
Munganast Alton Toyota Player of the Game coming up later tonight for this ball game. Alton and Belleville East. Lancers and Redbirds tied at 7. 4:37 to go, and let's see if the Lancers do something here at their own 12-yard line. Have we had a turnover yet?
We haven't had a turnover.
Okay.
We haven't had, too much of anything here the last quarter or so.
Here's the handoff over the right side. Some room for Mason up the middle as he breaks a tackle, and then a sure-handed tackle there at the 35-yard line, but they get out of the hole big time.
They did, but Jordan Alexander just saved a touchdown, Brent. That's a great open field tackle to stop Mason from going to the house. That was a great cutback about 10 yards after you got the handoff. Belleville's finally kind of flipped the field. They still haven't crossed the 50 yet since that initial drive where they scored, so Redbirds still have a chance to hold.
East now at their own 36-yard line. A gain of about 24 yards there on that run. First down again, trips to the right. Quarterback Lewis will pitch it back, and they try the far side with all those receivers blocking and stumbling forward to near the first down, the ball carrier to the 46.
Yeah, he almost broke that one too. They're starting to get a little momentum. I'm surprised Belleville East didn't stick with that no huddle, because the 3 plays they ran the no huddle, they actually were running with some success. If they had the little mishap with the fumble, they went away from it. But they are picking up their pace, Brent.
Aminette coming out of the game here. I thought he might be shaken up, but just coming out for a play, it looks like here, with 4 minutes to go, second quarter. 7-7 game. Handoff up the middle. Flags fly, and it's another big gain up the middle, 9 yards to the Alton 45, but maybe a legal procedure on the offense again, this time on the blue. We'll see.
Either that or a hold, because Petro ended up on the floor. Yep, legal procedure.
So motion on the offense, and the Redbirds will push them back.
And that's kind of been the theme here, Brent, the last quarter or so for both teams. They start doing some good things. They get one good play, 2 good plays, and then all of a sudden, flag, mishandled fumble,
I don't know how many times Coach Jeff Alderman has told me, you pin them back at their own 20 or so, it's hard for high school kids to go on a 10 or 12 play drive and put points on the board without making some kind of mistake.
Yeah, the focus level just isn't there. I mean, not taking away anything from the coaching staffs or the players, that's just a hard thing to do.
It is. A 10 or 12 play drive is tough. Whether it's high school, college, NFL football. 3:27 to go here, second quarter. Lewis rolling to his left, wanted to run it from the start. Now he goes back to the right, and Ben Willis had him the whole way, and he finally sacked him at his own 35-yard line, and Willis was right in his back pocket.
And Coach Dickerson's going to be happy. We talk about staying disciplined. Ben Willis is the left outside defensive end. His job is to make sure nothing comes back across him. Cornerback turns field. Ben was right there, made a great tackle.
And a sack, and now a timeout with 2:57 to go. First half. We're still deadlocked at 7-7 here late in the first half. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Why should you bring your vehicle to Quick Lane at Roberts Motors? You never need an appointment, just drive on in. Quick Lane has the guaranteed lowest tire prices around. Plus, we perform a multi-point inspection of the critical items on your vehicle at no charge every time you visit. Ford, Chevy, Toyota, or any other make, Quick Lane can service it. We're even open on Saturdays. Stop by Quick Lane at Roberts Motors today. Come see why life is better in the Quick Lane.
In today's economy, everyone's looking for an encouraging sign. That's exactly what you'll find right here at my State Farm office in Bethalto. I'm Tom Lane, and for 86 years, State Farm agents like me have been helping you protect the things that matter most. That's why more people trust State Farm, and why we consider that a very good sign.
Call Tom Lane State Farm office in Bethalto at 377-8912 or go to tomlaneagency.net.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
In the shotgun again and wants to throw it. Rolling to his right. It's a screen. Back to the left. Redbirds miss a tackle or two. And now the ball is loose. A flag flies. So lots of things happening at the end of the play. And I believe the Redbirds may have scooped up that loose ball. We'll see about that and the flag.
Looks like the referees are spotting the ball. So if they're spotting it, that means it's still Belleville ball. They're talking about it.
And it is a holding on Belleville East on that screen to number 33, Mason, who has the touchdown. And it looks like it's Alton ball.
Yeah.
There's your turnover, first one of the ball game.
That's weird. Normally they'll call possession first before they announce what the penalty is. Maybe they like to build up the excitement for the homecoming crowd tonight. We got a nice crowd out here at Public School Stadium.
Real nice crowd here tonight, and lots of red, and the Redbirds here on homecoming week trying to get a homecoming football victory and go to 3-3. That has a good sound to it.
That does, and I know this team would feel great to be 500.
So Redbirds ball, 2:46 to go, and right about where they started a couple of times already. And here's Keyshawn Young down to the 36, 37-yard line of Belleville East.
Ran a pitch to the right. Keyshawn ran up, got to the line of scrimmage, made a jump cut back inside, picked up 2 extra yards.
So Belleville East fumbles the ball. The penalty at the end of the play, a holding, actually. And with 2:20 to go, Redbirds have at least a couple of timeouts, I believe, and they have the ball at the 37 of Belleville East.
Yeah, the penalties on Belleville East basically gave back all the field position they gained on the long run.
Shotgun for Hobbs, taking a lot of time here. Now the snap back. Has a little time, and he throws it up for grabs, and back to the ball comes Lovings, I believe, and he made the grab at the 10-yard line.
It's a good job. Levante's been overthrowing the receivers all night. That time he threw it short, and Josh was good enough to get his head turned around and come back to the ball to make a great catch. Redbirds in business.
Defender didn't look back, but Lovings did, and it's at the 11 or 12-yard line is actually where they mark it. The 11 in the red zone, and Coach Jeff Alderman wants a timeout here to settle things down now that they have it in the red zone, and the Redbirds are in business as they finally complete a pass.
They were going to go to the Rhino package, and when the Rhino package comes in, that means Big Rico Gibson comes in as an extra blocker. And they had already broke the huddle before Rico got in to hear the play. So I think the little confusion, Coach Alderman would rather take the timeout and keep the opportunity alive to score points.
In a 7-7 game, we mentioned the Redbirds would like to get on the board before halftime, and now they have a golden opportunity here with the ball at the 11-yard line, 1:53 to go, plenty of time, and plenty of momentum now as they got that turnover, then got the completed pass into the red zone here.
Yeah, and talking about, me and you were talking off air about homecoming and the extra time that goes into homecoming and all that. If you can score points here right before the half, you're going to send Belleville East into halftime, an extended halftime, with the last thought on their mind is we just gave up a touchdown and we're losing. That can play a psychological advantage for the Redbirds.
A long halftime coming up with the homecoming festivities. And 1:53 to go here until halftime. And the Alton timeout. Now Hobbs with a quick handoff. It goes over the right side. Pedrero trying to find some room. And he's down near the 5-yard line. Let's see. They'll mark it at the 6, a gain of 5.
And again, that was the Rhino package. Pedrero got the inside dive. He went right up the middle behind Rico Gibson and Brendan Linhart. Those are 2 good-sized kids to be blocking in front of you. He got a nice gain.
Also on the right side, Zach Edwards. Big Zachary, 6'2", 270 at the right tackle position. And Hobbs back, hands it off. Keyshawn Young, left side. Nothing there, maybe to the 5-yard line. It's 3rd and goal.
They stuffed it pretty good right there. The offensive line got 0 push. Defensive line pushed the offensive line back into the backfield, surrounded Keyshawn. It's a big 3rd down coming up here, Brent.
Well, especially we're down to 55 seconds to go, first half here. The Redbirds don't want to leave any time for the Lancers, and it's third down now. So we'll see if Hobbs goes on the roll. Maybe he'll be on the move here.
This is good clock management.
Vontae Hobbs pitches it back. It goes to Keyshawn Young. He breaks a tackle down to the line of scrimmage. It's fourth down as he tried to string it out, but the defense strung it out to the near side.
Looks like Coach Alderman's going to let this tick down and take a timeout. The question would be, will he go for the field goal?
I say Eli Tall, but it's not my call, right? And they will let it tick down now to 11 seconds, 10 seconds, 9 seconds. And he'll call a timeout, and Eli Tall is already on his way out onto the field with the tee. And the field goal will be about 23, 24 yards if they try it when we come back after the timeout. 7-7 game. Just a play left to go until halftime. When we come back, you're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Toyota can take you far and cost you far less.
Get great leases, low APRs, and amazing cashback offers on all your favorite Toyota models. To learn more, visit your Toyota dealer or buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Let Auto Butler's professional staff keep your vehicle looking great inside and out. We have many car wash options to choose from, as well as express detail services and a 48-hour clean car guarantee. Auto Butler Express Lube gives you a free full-service car wash with your oil change. And while you wait, you will enjoy our lobby that makes you feel like you're right at home. Auto Butler Car Wash and Express Lube, located at 1706 Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Clean, shine,
out to set up the field goal. They waited till there were 2.2 seconds to go. And our last play of the first half is an Alton Redbird field goal attempt, Coach. I like that call.
I do. And Coach, the coach from Belleville East, he is not very happy right now. He's still on the field. He's complaining about something.
Fourth down and about 5 to go. They'll mark it at the 13 for a 23-yard field goal. The kick is up. It's a low kick, and it is no good by Eli Tall. And Tall misses 2 field goals, a 35-yarder and a 23-yarder in the first half. So we remain tied at 7-7 at halftime.
Yeah, and really that's a momentum shift for Belleville East. Not that they did anything, but it's the fact that they just had avoided getting points put up on the board, like I said before, going into this extended halftime. So now the halftime speech is going to be totally different, because now he's going to talk about, hey, look, we just got a hold. We're going to come back out. We're going to get the ball first. Let's make them pay.
7-7 game at halftime. Those touchdowns coming in the first quarter. With 3:28 to go, Belleville East scored to make it 7-0, 3:28 in the first quarter. And then a minute and a half later, with 1:49 to go, the Redbirds answered with a 60-yard touchdown run. That was right after the fake punt by Eli Tall, but Tall again, no good from 35 yards out in the first quarter. He misses a 23-yarder here on the last play of the second quarter. It's halftime. Coach Gordon and I will be back in a moment with halftime from Public Schools Stadium. The Alton Redbirds 7, the Belleville East Lancers 7. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949. First Mid-America Credit Union, exceeding members' expectations since 1934. Gerard Fisher American Family Insurance, all of your protection under one roof. Macias Insurance, professional independent insurance agents. Tom Lane State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. Toyota, let's go places. Visit buyatoyota.com. Andy's Auto Body and Car Care, offering friendly service and reliable repairs since 1974. Liberty Bank, committed to providing excellent customer service above all else. Johnson's Corner, located at 2000 State Street in Alton, is the area's best corner bar and eatery. Burko Construction, offering all kinds of construction services from new building projects to renovations. Auto Butler Car Wash and Express Lube, located at 1706 Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. And Roper's Regal Beagle, the Metro East premier sports bar and grill.
Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the Marching 100 will be performing their fall production, Winter sending the field direction from majors in a Primavera, Zora Lindenbell, and Matt Fritz. From majors, is the band ready? Marching 100, you may take the field in exhibition.
We're always looking for better ways to do things, but with some banks, better for them isn't always better for you.
You've reached Megabank. Press 1 to hear your current balance. Press 2 to hear these options again.
Introducing free Kasasa checking. When you do stuff for us, like swipe your debit card or get e-statements, we make it even better for you with cash back and refunds on ATM fees. Kasasa, carried locally at Liberty Bank. Do you Kasasa?
I'll grab the birthday cake, you bring the gift, if you're sure she's ready.
She's 16, honey, and she's earned a set of keys.
She's studied and practiced, I know, but it's a big responsibility.
When you have a teen driver, it's good to know that Madison Mutual has the insurance coverage you need.
She's ready, and so are we. I talked to our Madison Mutual agent.
Call Barry Macias, your local independent insurance agent, at 467-2874.
The more life changes, the more you need Madison Mutual.
Red or black, silver or gold, new or used. At First Mid-America Credit Union, they know options are important to you. That's why they've made relationships with local dealerships where you'll receive all the extras with First Mid-America Credit Union's low rates and financing done on the spot. All you have to do is decide what you want. Your car, our loans, they're made for each other. www.1stmidamerica.org or call 618-258-3168 to speak to a representative.
Why should you bring your vehicle to Quick Lane at Roberts Motors? You never need an appointment, just drive on in. Quick Lane has the guaranteed lowest tire prices around. Plus, we perform a multi-point inspection of the critical items on your vehicle at no charge every time you visit. Ford, Chevy, Toyota, or any other make, Quick Lane can service it. We're even open on Saturdays. Stop by Quick Lane at Roberts Motors today. Come see why life is better in the Quick Lane.
RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949. First Mid-America Credit Union, exceeding members' expectations since 1934. Gerard Fisher American Family Insurance, all of your protection under one roof. Macias Insurance, professional independent insurance agents. Tom Lane State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. Toyota, let's go places. Visit buyatoyota.com. Andy's Auto Body and Car Care, offering friendly service and reliable repairs since 1974. Liberty Bank, committed to providing excellent customer service above all else. Johnson's Corner, located at 2000 State Street in Alton, is the area's best corner bar and eatery. Burko Construction, offering all kinds of construction services from new building projects to renovations. Auto Butler Car Wash and Express Lube, located at 1706 Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. And Roper's Regal Beagle, the Metro East premier sports bar and grill.
William Gordon and Brent Berkland back here as we're ready for the second half here at the homecoming game, week number 6. Redbirds 2-3, Belleville East also 2-3, and we're 7-7 at halftime. And Redbirds kick off to Belleville East, and East will bring it up. The quarterback, number 7, Lewis, with the return over the 25. Out near the 30, they'll mark him just shy of the 30, I believe, and that's where East will start in the third quarter.
And here's going to be the prevailing themes for the second half, Brent. First of all, we're coming off the long halftime, which I've never been a fan of. But you've had time to figure out what the other team is doing to you. You'd like to get the ball first so you can kind of attack those weaknesses right away. See if the Alton Redbirds come out with something a little bit different defensively to throw Belleville East off.
And we're ready to go here with Belleville East ball at their own. They mark it at about the 27, actually, when Lewis went out of bounds on the far side. Here's a run over the right side. Power running over the right guard, right tackle there, and wrapped up there as the Redbirds make the play. A gain of just a couple of yards, and that's it.
And we've already seen our first change. Belleville had been coming out in the power pound and ground game. This time they go to a full house backfield, which means you've got basically 2 fullbacks and then a tailback behind them. Let's see if they keep trying to punch it.
Between the tackles again, a little bit of running room, but then tripped up at the 35-yard line. On the defensive line for Alton, it looks like 66, Darian Pearson. I noticed him because he's 300 pounds. And I'm not sure if that's him or not, but it's big 66 out there. And Pearson is a 6-foot junior, 300 pounds.
Yeah, and if you see him, you won't notice him because of his size. You'll notice him because of the red hair he sports.
Oh, okay.
They call him Big Red.
Big Red it is. Out there with Keontae Wagner. That's high-low. That's the high-low game.
Yeah, it is.
Third down and short here. Lewis rolling to his left, throws it in the flat, complete, first down, out to the 50, down the sideline, knocked out of bounds at the 35-yard line. I thought he was out closer to the 50, but I guess he stayed in bounds down to the 32-yard line.
And we've been talking about the Redbirds tackling all night. They've been tackling so sure and soundly, and this one, they went for the leg tackle, missed it. He turned it up, got about 18 extra yards, Brent. Belleville East Lancers are going back to that hurry-up offense again.
Jacob Cotton on the catch there, the running back, number 32. And with 10.5 minutes to go, third quarter, 7-7 game. Lewis hands the ball off. Nothing doing this time as the Redbirds were there. 55 Gibson along with Willis, who's been in on a lot of tackles tonight. Number 12, 67, 55, all in on that tackle.
And here's the thing about when you go to the full house. When you go to the full house, you've got 2 extra blockers in the backfield, which means the linebackers have to come up and be more accounted for. That opens up the bootlegs and also the sprint outs for outside attack, which they just got with the pass down the field.
Second down and 10. Number 67, by the way, Nolan Rogers, 5'11 junior, made a good play there. For Alton, here's Lewis rolling to the right, has some running room. Nice open field tackle over there, though. Probably Amanette, as always. Nope, it's Pedrero, 14, not number 4. But he made a good open field tackle on Lewis, but he still gained about 4.
And you know what? Speaking of Amanette, he's over on the sideline, and I don't know if something happened earlier, but ever since you said he came out earlier, he hasn't been back in. And he's been one of the stronger tacklers who would have been on this side a couple of plays ago when they missed the tackle.
That's right. Now it's Alexander here on the near side, number 19. 9 minutes to go, third quarter, and it's third down. Redbirds changing the defense, and Lancers changing the offense, and Belleville East was running out of time. They use a timeout here. 3 minutes into the third quarter, and there was a lot of shifting on both lines there.
Yeah, and that's something you normally see more at the collegiate level or the pro level, where the offensive linemen come out in one formation and then on a cadence they shift. Both sides of the line shift. I think a little bit of everybody was confused.
Everybody rotating around, and Belleville East at a third and about 6. They need to get to the 22-yard line of Alton for a first down, and it may be 4-down territory for them here on the road in Alton territory, because we know they haven't been in the Redbirds territory very much all night long.
Haven't been, and now they're deep. But again, this looks a lot like that first drive, Brent, when they went down to score. They pounded, got a couple outside runs by the quarterback, and then they punched it in. Redbirds coming out of halftime look a little sluggish here a little bit. Belleville's a little bit ahead of them. This is going to come up. What do we got here? Third down? Third down.
About 6 to go. Got to get to the 22-yard line, and the defense should be fresh coming out of halftime, and we'll see if they get some fresh legs here with 9 minutes to go, third quarter. Redbirds 7, Lancers 7. Lewis back to pass, being harassed there, and he throws it over the head of the receiver. The coverage there by 19, Alexander, but some good rush by number 70, Dre Thomas. He was on the move and chasing the quarterback down.
Yeah, and that was good pressure by Dre. He didn't let him get his feet set, forced a high throw. Belleville going for fourth down here, Brent?
I think they are. I thought it might be 4-down territory for them, and sure enough it is. At about the 27.5-yard line, 28-yard line.
Well, you've got to feel pretty comfortable if you're Belleville with your defense so far. So it's a shot, especially since you burned the timeout. That timeout might come back to haunt them later.
Here we go, fourth down. Redbirds need some D. Shotgun for Lewis. He's back to throw, looking over the middle, and now he's in trouble. Running to the right. And he's tripped up, and I think he's going to be short. Yep, it's right back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And this time it was number 12, I think, at quarterback, Drew Millis.
Yeah, they switched quarterbacks in that exchange right there.
Sophomore. And he kept it. I think he wanted to throw it, but he kept it, and it's fourth down. Actually turned over on downs now as it goes to the Redbirds.
Yeah, and that's tough coming in cold off the bench, being asked to make a first down throw, and you're coming in cold. I listened to Northwestern coach Pat Fitzgerald this morning talk about his two quarterbacks doing that. That's a tough thing to pull off.
Back for the handoff. Looks like just a quick dive, and that's probably Pedrero up the middle, and the middle of that mess there as they push the pile forward. He runs behind Edwards and Lenhart and to the 29, almost the 30-yard line for Pedrero.
They gave him about a yard and a half.
51, Willis. Kuhn on the front line. Lenhart, Hertz, and Edwards for Alton High. Second down and about 8 to go. Receivers left and right. Shotgun for Hobbs here. 8 minutes to go, third quarter. 7-7 game.
If I'm Alton here, I just want to stay solid. Just stay solid.
Here's Hobbs with a fake pitch, and he's going to run it. First down, out to the 40, 41-yard line goes Hobbs up the middle.
And that was a strong run by Levante. That's one of the few times we've seen him where he did not pitch it. Normally he likes to pitch it. He faked the pitch, held onto it, and got a good gain.
So first down, Redbirds. They move the chains here. We'll see if they can do some more of that and get into Belleville East territory and maybe break this tie game. 7-7, third quarter.
Today at practice with the middle school girls, we talked about slow and steady is the way. And I think that's kind of what Coach Alderman's message was. Just be slow and steady. Just keep grinding. Just keep grinding.
Here's a handoff up the middle again. Couple of yards again for Pedrero up the middle, number 14, between the tackles, and almost 3 yards maybe there, out to the, 43-yard line is where they will mark it, 2nd and 8.
Yeah, and now you're starting to see, Brent, that in the first half they was running those dives and it was like a yard, half a yard. And all of a sudden it's 2 yards, it's 3 yards. They're starting to wear down that defensive line. They're not getting as deep penetration as they were early in the game.
7 minutes to go, 3rd quarter, the clock ticking as the Redbirds are taking it slow and steady here. Now Hobbs going to throw it. He's in trouble, but he gets away. Up the middle to the 50, 1st down to the Lancers' 48-yard line, and the last 6 or 7 yards was just by his will and gumption there.
Yeah, and he's using his legs to make plays. Earlier, we saw him, he might try to force that into traffic someplace or overthrow somebody. Now he's starting to tuck it, get the yards, and all of a sudden, look who's on the Belleville East side of the field.
Hobbs with back-to-back nice runs in this drive here, and another 1st down run, and with 6.5 minutes to go, 3rd quarter, the Redbirds at Lancers territory here, or in Lancers territory at about the 49-yard line. And they'll go back to the dive, and it's a fake this time. The ball's loose. Keyshawn Young picks it up to the 50, the 40, down the sideline. He's gone. The 10, 5, touchdown Redbirds. A broken play, a fumble, and Young picks it up for 6. Wow again.
Wow again. This is the 2nd week in a row that he's picked up a fumble. Turn the corners. Hey, I want to give a good shout out to his teammates. They popped 2 good blocks on the far side of the field to spring him, and he ran it in. Sometimes they say it's better to be lucky than good, and Mr. Young is lucky and good.
And those blocks allowed him not to be touched at all.
At all, just walked it into the house.
Keyshawn Young this time 49 yards. He already has a 60-yard touchdown run. And this one a broken play, but not only a broken play, but a fumble in the backfield. And he scooped it up, and he was off to the races down the far sideline. Eli Tall with the extra point, and just like that, the Redbirds have their first lead of the game.
And if I'm Belleville West, I have to be shaking my head and saying, what the heck is going on here tonight? We stoned the wall on the line. We forced the fumble. We do everything except recover the fumble, and we look up, and all of a sudden we're down 7. That takes the wind out of almost everybody's sail. This is going to be a big drive here. If they don't come back and do something positive, this might be the Lancers falling off the horse.
And again, both teams playing good defense. Redbirds still haven't turned it over. Belleville East with that 1 fumble late in the first half. The Redbirds put it on the ground, but Keyshawn Young scoops it up and saves the day.
And he's been doing that.
6:11 to go, 3rd quarter, and the Redbirds have the lead, 14-7 with that touchdown.
And last week, Brent, the Redbirds weren't kicking the ball deep. And I don't know if they were worried about Granite's return game. And they were giving up pretty good field position. Tonight, they're kicking it deep. They're pinning Belleville East back, and they just have not been able to answer.
Eli Tall, deep kick down to the 2-yard line, and they will fake the reverse. And Lewis, number 7, will run it to the 10. That's about it. He can't get to the 15-yard line. Good coverage by the Redbirds there. Amanette pinned him to the sidelines, and his buddies made the tackle.
So Javer must be okay because he's playing on kickoff teams. You like to see kids who can go and play multiple things for you. Let's see who comes out for quarterback for Belleville here.
Will it be 7 with the return there? Will it be number 12? They've had 3 or 4 quarterbacks play some downs this year in their ball games. Belleville East with the football at their own, we'll call it the 13-yard line, 1st and 10. And 7, Lewis back in the game. It's a run up the middle for a couple of yards, out over the 15, 16-yard line, gain of about 3.
And one of the dangerous things I've always seen about Alton teams, and it doesn't matter if it's football, if it's basketball, whatever, anytime they see the ball go through the basket or they see a score in the end zone, they find this extra energy someplace. It's this this wonderful world of energy, and they get that much more determined. Belleville East here, if they don't do anything, I'm telling you, the Redbirds are going to take control of this game.
And Redbirds controlling on defense. Once again, they allowed 7 points last week to Granite City. Here's a run over the right side, tripped up, but a first down there on a nice run, and back-to-back runs by number 33, I believe, Brandon Mason. And Mason gets it out to the 28-yard line, first down.
And when you look at it, Brent, if we look at Mason's overall numbers for tonight, he's got some good yards running. Problem is they just haven't equated to points.
Good chunks at times, and now we're at 5 minutes, 10 seconds to go, third quarter. Belleville East at their own 28, first and 10. They'll come to the near side, and Pedrero dumps the ball carrier down. Good tackle at the 31-yard line, gain of a couple.
It's good, solid tackling. I've been very impressed with the Redbirds' defense and their ability to tackle all season. Like I say, I've seen every game except one, and they've been a very solid defensive unit, fundamentally tackling, keeping the ball in front of them.
Can't spell Dickerson without a D, right?
That's true.
Big D, defense. And it is 14-7 Redbirds here. Lancers ball, 4.5 minutes to go. It's a pitch, and the ball on the ground, but picked up quickly by the running back, and that was almost disaster for the Lancers again.
Yeah, and again, they keep hurting themselves. They get a couple good plays, and then it's a fumble, it's a penalty, it's something, and they're just helping the Redbird defense out. That was basically a waste of down.
That was Cotton, number 32, who bounced it on the turf and jumped on it after one hop really there, and now it's third down and 7. Need to get out to the Belleville East, about the 38 they need for a first down. And they'll pitch it to the near side and try this side instead. Tripped up there after a gain of a couple, but they're going to be short as Pedrero and Wagner were in on that tackle.
And that was a design cut back run where you pitch it outside and then you get your linemen to pull outside of where it's pitched to block the people continuously towards the sideline, and the running back cut it back up the middle. But the defense, again, the linebackers are playing solid. They're not getting out of position. They're shedding blocks, and they're making tackles.
And now it's punting time for the Lancers on fourth down. And they will boot it away. Low line drive. Keyshawn Young grabs it up the middle. Breaks a couple of tackles as always, and out to his own 45-yard line near midfield. A gain of about 15 on the return up the middle. And he's down and slow to get up.
Yeah, and this one's going to, I'm hoping what I saw, he just got the wind knocked out of him.
It looked that way. And he's going to stay in the game, it looks like, on offense. No, he'll come out for a play and check trainer Andy Renner.
Yeah, and let's talk about how good Andy is for the Alton program. He's at all the events. He works with the kids, gets them into rehab, does what they need. It's always good to have somebody like that on your staff.
Maybe just a cramp as he flexes his left leg a little bit there. Keyshawn Young, 3 minutes to go, third quarter. Redbirds by 7. From their own 45-yard line, it's Vontae Hobbs handing the ball to Pedrero, and the pile moves forward nicely this time, up near the 48, 49-yard line.
And again, it's just grinding. If the Redbirds don't make a mistake here, they're going to be able to salt away at this clock and move the football. And with the anemic offense of the Belleville East Lancers right now, that's winning. That's the formula for winning football.
Slow and steady, right, Coach?
Slow and steady. There you go. The talk today.
2:30 to go as the Redbirds line it up again near midfield, second down. And this time they'll pitch it to the near side, to the 50, 45, down near the 40 before he's knocked out and then thrown down by the helmet out of bounds, and that is a silly penalty on the Lancers for a late hit.
Yeah, and that's frustration setting in. Mylan Hughes hit the corner kind of hard and ran it hard, and then he just got tackled by his face mask 5 yards out of bounds.
Well out of bounds. And it's a personal foul that'll tack on 15 on that strong run by Hughes here on the near sidelines. And with 2:22 to go, this ball is going to end up near the red zone, I believe.
And when we've all watched the program here over the last couple years, and you look at the changes that are happening this year. And one of the things you talk about changes in the program is the attitudes and contributions of seniors. You got a kid like Mylon Hughes, who's a senior, hasn't played a lot tonight, he's only played on special teams, but he comes in right there, gets the team a big play.
Big play, and after the penalty, the ball all the way down to the 27-yard line. After the Belleville East mistake, the penalty, personal foul, and Hughes is still in there, number 27. Here's a low snap, and Hobbs will have to jump on it, and a flag flies too, and a bad snap there.
Yeah, and that's what you can't afford to have penalties and mistakes right now if you're Alton.
Hobbs jumped on it quickly as he was in the shotgun. And now they're going to check the flag, and I believe it'll be, well, it's holding on Alton there. That's strange on a bad snap to have a holding.
Yeah, I guess the officials saw it.
Coach Alderman didn't like it. He wants an explanation on the near side, and it's going to be back to the 35-yard line, a loss of 7, so that'll be declined. It'll be second down.
I don't like that play right there. I don't like declining it there. I know there was a loss on the play, but back them up even more because you need field position right now because you're not moving the ball. And I know you might want the down because it's already, you lost 10 yards. I'd back them up even further.
Well, it's second down and long, and here we go with a shotgun again by Hobbs. Pedrero back there with him. Hobbs in trouble, but gets away and breaks to the near sideline out near the 30. Gains 5 yards, dancing around to the 30-yard line.
And maybe that's why I'm up here and they're down there because now it's third down and still 12 to go.
3rd and a dozen, and boy, that rush comes on, and if Hobbs steps away from it, he has some room because, again, overly aggressive, really, that defense.
Yeah, and one thing Levante needs to do is make sure he has a little bit better ball security. He's having that ball out there like it's a loaf of bread. But going back to the Belleville East coach's decision, the one reason I'd stay away from that is because Eli's missed 2 field goals already. So it's probably safe to say if this gets another 5 yards, they're going to go for it on 4th down.
We'll see on 3rd and about 12. Hobbs back to throw. They're going to use the screen, but Keyshawn Young drops it as he turned to run, maybe before he had it at the 30-yard line. Incomplete.
Yeah, and he's had his eyes downfield, which he had a lot of green in front of him.
And blockers.
Yeah, and blockers, and he just left before the ball got in his hands. You always got to look that in. You young receivers at home, look the ball in and then make the move. Now they're going to go for it. See, and again, this is why I would have backed him up, Brent, because 12 yards is still manageable. And even if they get 5 or 6, you've lost 10 to 15 yards in field position.
42 seconds to go, 3rd quarter. Snap back on a slant. Lovings comes in and incomplete. A high throw, and Lovings went up, but didn't come down with the ball. Incomplete, and they turn it over to the Lancers here late in the 3rd quarter.
You would have liked to see him make that catch. It would have been close to a 1st down. Instead, like I said, Lancers going the other way, but they're still pinned back. 30, and you look at it, if they had accepted the penalty, the Redbirds would have been backed up to the 45. They lost about 15 yards worth of field position here.
So they'll start at their own 30-yard line, 1st and 10. Lancers ball again. Here's a fake handoff and a throw to the near side, incomplete. A little high and behind the receiver here to the near side on that one.
I thought you were going to say a little hot because he gunned that ball.
Yeah, he did. It's the sophomore in there again, it looks like, number 12. And that is Millis, M-I-L-L-A-S, Drew, a sophomore, firing it in there. With 33 seconds to go now in the 3rd quarter, 2nd down and 10. Here's a handoff up the middle. Redbirds stuffing it again. No gain. Well, they push the pile forward maybe 1 yard. Third down. And that may be the last play of the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's going to run down. I know Belleville East's offensive coordinator right now is just like, what can we do? They're stoning us at every opportunity.
Well, they're going to run no huddle and get another play off, it looks like. We're at 7 seconds. And now the officials call a timeout with 5.5 seconds left. Equipment problem for Wagner, number 72. Keontae Wagner, 5'7", defensive lineman. We mentioned him a lot last week in the Granite City game. And he's holding his own again today in the land of the Giants down there. Wagner at 5'7", 185. And they start the clock again, and that's going to be the end of the third quarter, so it'll be third down and long when we start the fourth quarter here at Public School Stadium in just a couple of minutes. The Redbirds with the only score of the third quarter. At halftime it was 7-7. Keyshawn Young, though, on a broken play, scored midway through the third quarter. 6:11 to go. He scored a touchdown, and Alton with a lead as we go to the fourth quarter, 14-7 over Belleville East. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Protection. Can anyone over there give me protection? Put me in, coach. I can offer protection. Not only can I protect the quarterback, I can protect your dreams. Call me, Gerard Fisher, 466-7062.
American Family Insurance.
Family-owned Johnson's Corner at 2000 State Street in Alton is the area's best corner bar and eatery. The restaurant is known for its homemade onion rings, fantastic pizza, and of course, its famous pork tenderloin. The bar is a friendly place to talk, laugh, make new friends, and of course, quench your thirst. Now you can watch live high school sports in the bar. Open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner. Johnson's Corner is an inviting place to enjoy good comfort food. Johnson's Corner.
They look like they're playing to win, and it's been a while since we've seen that, and it looks good in red.
Redbirds putting 8 or 9 players in the box on defense here, and they go after the quarterback. He throws complete. Good tackle here on the near side, and that's going to be short of a first down, even though the pass was complete to number 88. And it's going to be fourth down and about 4 more to go.
But number 12 has a nice arm. He gives them a different dimension. And that plays to he plays to the weakness of the Redbirds defense, which is they struggle guarding receivers laterally, crossing patterns, quick outs. So let's see how that plays out going here deeper into the fourth quarter. Redbirds are going to get pretty good field position here, Brent.
And we'll keep an eye on Young and Lovings back deep to return the punt. And it's right down the middle of the field. Keyshawn Young bobbles it, trying to pick it back up. It's loose, and Alton comes up with it. And at their own 20-yard line, that was a little too close for comfort, and Young almost bobbled it away.
Yeah, he misjudged the ball, and it got over his head, and he took a bad angle to catch it, and then he just lost it. I don't know if he lost it in the lights or if it was a tough catch, but that could have been disastrous for the Redbirds.
And again, the Redbirds, I don't want to jinx them, but they haven't turned the ball over yet, have put it on the turf a couple of times.
They haven't turned it over. They have taken care of the ball, and that's the success. Don't turn the ball over. Run the football. Don't beat yourself.
And Belleville East with a lot more penalties than the Redbirds, it seems, tonight, too.
Yeah.
Alton ball at their own 19, and flags fly. And quite a few penalties tonight. This one is going to go on Belleville East, lining up off sides, and the Lancers make another mistake.
And when they go back and watch film,
it's going to be an ugly film.
It's going to be brutal. I mean, you really hate to see that. if you're a Lancer fan. If you're a Redbird fan, you're clapping. And there's plenty of them out here still tonight. This place is packed.
And a 14-7 game, when you make this many mistakes, you think, oh, what could have been? What might have been?
Yep.
And it's still anybody's game right now, 14-7. Here's Keyshawn Young caught in the backfield, and he's going to lose a couple. Second down. It was 1st and 5 after the penalty. Now it's 2nd down and 7.
And you know what really changed the tide as far as the Belleville East? And their defense has still been fairly strong, because you figure even the Young run was off of a fumble.
Yep.
We haven't said number 72's name in the backfield in a very, very long time.
Those big guys could be getting a little tired.
Early on, he was the disruptor. He was what was throwing everything off. Now, all of a sudden, they're not getting that push anymore. Like I say, I don't know if they're tired. Maybe they just feel like, hey, it's a nice night. Let me just watch the scenery.
They're still grabbing the Redbirds basically at the line of scrimmage. Not a lot of room. Hobbs is going to throw it. Man-to-man coverage out there, and Lovings almost comes up with the catch at the 50-yard line, even though there was great coverage on it.
Yeah, and that was great coverage. The defensive back got his head turned around. I thought he had a chance to pick it off. Went through his arms, and Josh almost came up with an incredible catch.
So it'll go back to the line of scrimmage on 3rd down with 10 minutes, 11 seconds to go in the game. 10 minutes to go, and Redbirds ball, 3rd down, and about 7 to get to that 1st down marker, which is out near the 29.
Brent, what do you think about the aggressiveness and the play calling right there? Took a shot, even though it stops the clock.
Let's get it to midfield if we can and take a shot. They may be putting it in the air again on 3rd and long. Nope, they'll keep it on the ground. Keyshawn Young cuts it back to the middle of the field. Still has some room. 1st down to the 40, 45, out to the 46-yard line as he cut it back from left to right, and another big run.
Yeah, and you said, let's get it to midfield. He must have heard you, because he said, well, Mr. Berkland said he wants it in midfield, so let me go ahead and run it out there for him.
On 3rd and 7, out to the 45-yard line.
And what a tough run. It started off on the left. He makes a cut back across the field in motion, straight run, almost popped one.
Hash mark to hash mark, basically, and he goes all the way to the far hash mark at the 45, a new set of downs with 9:45 to go. 4th quarter, Alton leading 14-7. Here's a handoff. Pedrero has a little room over the 50, out near the 45, almost 10 yards for the fullback.
Yeah, and now what you're starting to see is the people on the Belleville East side starting to turn on the oxygen for the big guys, because they're tired and they're breathing. They're sucking in that air pretty good. The big fella, Richmond, he's walking back to the line. He's struggling. 76, he's struggling. They're starting to get worn down, and the Redbirds are just ground and pound right now, ground and pound.
9-yard gain to the Belleville East 46-yard line. 2nd and 1. You can open up the playbook a little bit here, maybe.
Yeah, and me opening up the playbook right here would be handing the ball to Mr. Pedrero for the 1st down.
Fullback time again. He just gained 9 yards. Now they're going to pitch it, and back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a half yard, and that might be Hughes with the carry. We'll see when they unpile it. It looks like 27 got another carry, and it's 3rd down.
And that was still a good job by Milan to make something out of nothing, because I didn't think much was there. And he got it close. It's about 3rd and maybe a little bit more than a yard. Call it a yard.
I thought he gained a half yard, but they actually put it back near the line of scrimmage.
The Rhino package is in. If you look up, Rico Gibson is in. So this is the Rhino Bull package.
Time to put hat on hat with 8 minutes to go in the game. 3rd and 1. Quarterback sneak. Hobbs going to break it outside. 1st down and more to the 40, 35 before he's bumped out of bounds. Not a whole lot of room up front, I guess, so he decided to take it to the right.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to sneak it right over the right side, behind the right side of the line. It got bottled up, and he saw opening to the outside. Milan Hughes did a great job of sprinting out, popping a block, getting Levante on the outside. The one thing you would have liked to see there was for him to stay in bounds so the clock could keep ticking.
Well, they're going to huddle up here as the ball's at the 32-yard line of the Lancers. Alton looking for a 3-3 record with 3 games to go.
And remember, again, you see the similarities in their playing style. Last week, the 14-7 score, Granite came back and scored the 7. Alton responded with 21 to put the game out of the reach. Let's see if it happens here.
Timeout, Alton. The Redbirds would like a timeout here with 7:56 to go. Alton timeout with a 14-7 lead, and Redbirds winning last week 27-7 at Granite City, and they lead 14-7 here. Fourth quarter, you're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
We're always looking for better ways to do things, but with some banks, better for them isn't always better for you.
You've reached Megabank. Press 1 to hear your current balance. Press 2 to hear these options again.
Introducing free Kasasa checking. When you do stuff for us, like swipe your debit card or get e-statements, we make it even better for you with cash back and refunds on ATM fees. Kasasa, carried locally at Liberty Bank. Do you Kasasa?
I'll grab the birthday cake, you bring the gift, if you're sure she's ready.
She's 16, honey, and she's earned a set of keys.
She's studied and practiced, I know, but it's a big responsibility.
When you have a teen driver, it's good to know that Madison Mutual has the insurance coverage you need.
She's ready, and so are we. I talked to our Madison Mutual agent.
Call Barry Macias, your local independent insurance agent, at 467-2874.
The more life changes, the more you need Madison Mutual.
Again, as they make a mistake on 1st and 10 right out of the timeout.
And what it is, Brent, it's these new shiny helmets.
It's got to be the helmets.
It's got to be the helmets. The helmet is lining up in the neutral zone. It's so shiny that they can't tell they're offsides, but it's shining brightly for the referee. Like, here, look at me. I'm offsides.
Bright blue, shining brightly. 7:56 to go. Now it's 1st and 5. 5 free yards for the Redbirds down to the 27-yard line. Here's Pedrero, right side, busts it outside to the 23-yard line. Nice gain, makes it 2nd and short.
Yeah, you got 9 yards. That was a nice hard run.
2nd down and about 2 or 3 to go. They'll mark it at the 23-yard line. New play brought in for Alton. We're down to 7:30 to go. Redbirds hosting East St. Louis next week. Then they have Collinsville and Belleville West to wrap things up.
And traditionally, the East St. Louis game and all has always been physical.
Yeah.
So that game, I mean, it lends to the style of play that we play right now. You know, let's ground and pound.
Here's Hobbs handing the ball off. Keyshawn Young, no room at all over the left side as it was 2nd and short. But he's going to lose yardage back to the 27-yard line. Big loss there, and it's 3rd down.
Yeah, and this might be the Lancers' last stand at defending the castle. They've got to get a stop here, and they've got to get the ball. If the Redbirds score here, you can pretty much put this one on ice.
Well, 27-yard line, so we'll call it 3rd down and about 6 to go. Need to get to the 22. So maybe closer to 5 yards to go on 3rd down.
And you don't have to get the whole thing here. This is still four down territory again, Brent.
Indeed. 4th quarter, 6:20 to go. Hobbs going to fake the handoff, going to run it himself to the 25. A gain of a couple, but it's 4th down.
Yeah, but I like the call. You got a nice chunk of yards. The 4th down here is going to be a little bit more manageable, so you have more options here. You can still run it. You don't have to throw it.
And clock keeps ticking, too.
That wasn't a very favorable spot. I thought he got a little bit more than that, but we're still looking at 4th and 5 almost.
Close to the 26 is where they mark it. Belleville East, 26-yard line. Redbirds ready on 4th down. Here we go. Offensive line needs a big play. The offense needs a big play. Redbirds back. Hobbs looking over the middle. Now he's going to go up top and to the goal line. The pass is incomplete to Lovings on the right side, and the ball goes over to the Lancers.
Right, and normally, you know, when you see that fade to the back corner of the end zone, you always hear a lot of people say you got to get it in bounds, give your receiver a chance. You got to give him a chance. Right there, I like that. Put it to him where either he can get it or nobody can get it. Play defense. So now we've got 5:33 to go in the fourth, and Belleville's got a whole lot of green in front of them before they can get a chance to score.
Basically about 75 yards to pay dirt. 5.5 minutes to go. Redbirds by 7, 14-7. Here's a handoff, left side it goes, and a couple of yards to the 29-yard line, second down.
And they went back with number 7 as the quarterback. I don't know the pattern or what the thought is behind this.
Well, more and more teams going multiple quarterbacks, really, college, high school.
Yeah. You know, we were talking about the Northwestern game. You know, Northwestern plays 2. You talk about Ohio State tomorrow night. They might play 2, so it's a Big Ten theme.
And we dip under 5 minutes to go as they go right side and up the middle. Big hole this time. And up the middle to the 40-yard line goes number 36, I believe, on the carry this time. And it's a 1st and 10 there on a big play by Ward, Demarius Ward, number 36.
Yeah, and that's a good run. Speaking of, Brent, speaking of the Big Ten, how about those Fighting Illini?
At Nebraska tomorrow.
Yeah.
To open the Big Ten. That'll be interesting. 11 o'clock kickoff here on Z1570 for that game tomorrow. 11 o'clock Saturday morning. After this game, our Munganast Alton Toyota player of the game, so stay tuned for that. And again, stay tuned for Illinois tomorrow, followed by Roxana at Litchfield, and then tomorrow night here at this stadium, Marquette's turn. Marquette against Nokomis tomorrow night at 7, live here on the Big Z.
Marquette's out playing tough. I know there's a certain running back they'd like to see running in their blue.
Here's a run up the middle, nothing doing there, and he's thrown to the ground quickly. No gain. It's 3rd down at the 46.
And that's a big stop right there. Clock still ticking, Brent. We're under 4.
Nolan Rogers, I believe there, number 67, throwing down the ball carrier.
And he's made some big plays tonight, too.
3:40 to go in the game as near midfield, the Lancers are at 3rd and 5. They need to get to the Alton 49-yard line.
And speaking of this now, Brent, Belleville's going to have some questions if they don't get it here. Do they go for it or they punt and try to hold?
The blitz is on, and they run it to the near side, turning the corner, 1st down, and out of bounds goes Ward, number 36, and he's in Alton territory at the 43-yard line.
Well, I guess that they don't have to worry about that right now.
Nope, 1st down.
And it's going to be interesting to see here. The Redbirds last week got a touchdown to avoid this situation where their backs were against the wall with a team driving late. It will be interesting to see how they respond to this. Belleville's got a little bit of momentum now, and it's all on the ground, and they're driving the tie.
It's a 1-score game, 14-7. And we have 3 minutes left in the game. They wait for the snap, Lancers ball, 1st and 10 again. Lewis hands the ball off, and it goes left side. Gibson, and here's a late flag coming in. We may have a hold, and the ball's loose, but it's after the play. So 33, Mason gets the carry, and we get a penalty flag after a gain of 1 yard.
Holding against the Lancers. This is going to back them up 10 yards. Again, we're talking about shooting yourselves in the foot.
They're going to go back to their own side of the 50-yard line then. Push them back.
And this puts you at a disadvantage here because now, with it being a holding call and backing you up 10 yards, to me personally, this takes away a lot of your running options because you can't just pound it up the middle here because you have less downs. Well, no, because that was a 1st down play, so they've still got a couple options.
That's 1st and 19 now as they mark it at the 49, the Lancers 49. They need to get to the 32-yard line. Snap back. Lewis rolling to his right, throws it low, incomplete there.
That ball didn't even have a chance.
Nope, right to the turf it went. About a 5-yard pass there, incomplete. 2nd down. 2:38 to go in the game.
And this is where it gets tricky as the coach because sometimes you look at the time and you look at the down and distance and you say we have to pass, but the guy we have in isn't really strong passing. we go away from the running game, which we've been real strong at. That's why that penalty was absolute killer for them.
Big chunks of yardage on the ground at times for the Lancers tonight, and 14-7 in favor of Alton here. Here we go. Redbirds defense getting ready, man in motion. And now they're ready to go with a run to the left side. It's Ward, number 36. Fumble, it looks like, and the Redbirds have it. They're coming out of the pile with the football, and here to the 50-yard line, the 40, some blockers ahead of Gibson, and he is tackled in the red zone all the way down to the 12-yard line. Number 55 came out of there with the fumble.
And then he rumbled.
He rumbled down to the 12-yard line. How about that?
That's what we're talking about. We're talking about this Redbirds team, and let's give a lot of credit to the kids and Coach Alderman and the coaching staff. When you're not used to winning, sometimes it's very, very hard. It's very, very hard in tough situations to play not to lose. And you have to always play to win. And right now, the Redbirds have been playing to win, and you got to like it. I mean, the electricity, the energy is good.
Only 2 turnovers, but they're both Lancers fumbles picked up by the Redbirds. And now Alton at the 12-yard line, just trying to kill some clock as they run it up the middle. The pile drives forward. We'll see where they mark it here as it starts at the 12, a gain of about 2 there to the 10-yard line.
Yeah, and right now the Redbird ball handlers are going to have to be very careful because Padrino punched in there, and then he kept fighting for yards, and the Lancers were trying to strip him. And you don't want to give up a fumble or any mistake here. Right now, you don't even really have to score with where you're at. You just want this clock to keep ticking. Belleville's got 2 timeouts left, and they're not trying to use them right now, so I would keep milking the clock.
Keep it on the ground, and we'll see what Hobbs does here. The other fumble coming late in the second quarter, just before halftime. The Redbirds got that one. Here's a run to the near side. Hughes down inside the 10, down near the 7-yard line for Alton High. And now we're going to have a timeout for the defense. Lancers with 1:27 call a timeout because it's 3rd down.
And that was a good cutback by Milan because at first it looked like he might have been running towards the sideline and something clicked in his mind like don't go out of bounds, and he cut it back inside and forced the Belleville Lancers to burn a timeout here.
So it'll be 3rd and 5 when we come back. The Redbirds in the red zone at the 7-yard line. 4th quarter, late in the game, and they're hanging on to a 14-7 lead over Belleville East. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Red or black, silver or gold, new or used. At First Mid-America Credit Union, they know options are important to you. That's why they've made relationships with local dealerships where you'll receive all the extras with First Mid-America Credit Union's low rates and financing done on the spot. All you have to do is decide what you want. Your car, our loans, they're made for each other. www.1stmidamerica.org or call 618-258-3168 to speak to a representative.
Which is huge. Back-to-back wins, which is huge. And then we're talking about, hey, look at the Redbirds in the Southwestern Conference standing. They're not holding the rest of the conference up. It's always good when you're not at the bottom.
That's true. 3rd and 5. Redbirds with 1:27 to go from the 7-yard line. Keyshawn Young has both Redbird touchdowns tonight. Hobbs is going to hand it off, and it's Pedrero down near the 5. So it's going to be 4th down, and we're going to have a timeout called. They pointed Alton's way, but I believe it's going to be the defense with the timeout. But 4th down here.
Well, Coach Alderman has a choice here. He can either go for the points with Eli. He's missed a couple tonight. Or he can try to punch it in here. Either way it goes, even if you don't get it, you're going to leave Belleville 90-plus yards to go to try to score in probably under a minute by the time they get the ball back, or close to a minute.
That's right. Don't forget, after the game, coming up in a minute, our Munganast Alton Toyota Player of the Game. Keyshawn Young with a couple of electrifying touchdown runs tonight, 14-7 Alton. Redbirds and Lancers were tied 7-7 at halftime as the Redbirds have missed a couple of field goals, a 35-yarder in the first quarter a 23-yarder to finish off the first half. So a field goal here would be about that same 23, 24 yards away, but it's fourth down.
And really we talked about it earlier. This is almost a chip shot. So if he takes it, Eli just needs to focus, knock it down. But I see number 2 coming back. That means we're going for it on fourth.
Yeah, we're going to go for it. Maybe because of the 2 misses tonight. Maybe they just want to run some clock and see if they can get a first down, get a touchdown to wrap up the victory. Here we go. Redbirds at fourth and about 5. Need to get to the 2-yard line. They'll hand it off to Pedrero up the middle, and not much there. Maybe a half yard up the middle. Nothing doing. It was Hughes, I think, number 27 with the carry. And so the Redbird defense will have to hold for 1:15, and then Lancers are 93 yards away.
93 yards away, and they have not shown the ability to move the ball in big chunks. Let's see who the quarterback is. I mean, I think they're going to have to go with 12 just for the size of his arm. 7 hasn't shown the ability to be able to throw the ball at all, and you're not going to be able to run the chunks of yards you need here unless something happens, like a missed tackle or something crazy.
And Young and Lovings are going to play deep, really deep here, to make sure nobody gets behind them here. It's trips to the near side, 3 receivers to the right of the quarterback here to the near side of the field with 1:15 to go in the game. The snap back, Lewis throws it over the middle high and incomplete, as Lewis throwing from his own end zone there, or basically the goal line, incomplete.
And it went through the hands of 45 and number 19, Jordan Alexander. He came up from the other corner spot and just kind of planted him into the ground after he missed it.
That's second down and 10 with 1:10 to go. Again, the Lancers at their own 7-yard line. Need to go a long way to tie the game.
3 plays away from victory formation.
Long way to go, short time to get there.
Yep.
1:10 remaining in the game. Redbirds on defense, leading by 7. Lancers in the shotgun again. Trips to the far side now, and Lewis is going to run it. Quarterback keeper, and he's going to get into the secondary out near the 20, and he's going to try to get out of bounds at about the 25-yard line, and he does at the Lancers bench, 26-yard line.
Heads-up play to get out of bounds. And now this is one of the things about when you fall back into this prevent defense that can hurt you, because if you get past the initial 5-man rush for the Redbirds, you've got running room.
And Lewis, pretty good runner in the open field. 1:02 to go, so 62 seconds left in the game now.
And Lovings and Keyshawn Young, originally they were playing about 17 yards back, when they're still about 17 yards back.
Trips to the near side, and to the near side, Lewis is going to throw it. Incomplete. 3 receivers over here, and it's incomplete. Stopping the clock with 58 seconds to go. Second down and 10. Lancers at their own 26-yard line, so now they are 74 yards away.
Yeah, and as you're looking at this, and if Coach Dickerson is looking at this, you've pretty much seen over the course of the game that Lewis's arm strength range is about 20 yards. It doesn't look like he can get it much further than 20 yards, so you just want to contain receivers and keep them in front of you right now and don't let them get out of bounds.
Both teams are 2-3 on the season, 2 wins on the year. Redbirds here at home tonight leading 14-7. Here's a roll to the right again, and incomplete. As number 70, Thomas, was right there and getting ready to sack the quarterback. He basically had to throw it away.
Yeah, Dre Thomas got pressure, almost had a near sack. Then he got up with the Gator clap. You love to see the enthusiasm.
Number 12 was back at quarterback that particular down there. Millis, the sophomore, number 12. Third down and 10 now, though.
I'm surprised everything that Belleville East has tried has been running to the sideline. I know the time, you got to worry about time right now, but the Redbirds are giving a lot up down the seams right now if you can get somebody down the seam.
Third and 10 from their own 26-yard line. Lancers going to roll to the right again and throw, and incomplete. Catchable ball at the 40-yard line, but it goes off his hands. Keyshawn Young with the defense, and it's 4th down.
It's 4th down, but number 12, this kid has a nice arm. I mean, he put that ball on the money, tight spiral. You've got to make plays for your quarterback when you're trying to come back and stuff like that's happening.
Isaiah King, number 3, a sophomore, split end. Had that one go kind of through his hands, a little high, but catchable.
That's why I've always been a fan of no gloves on warm nights. You know, let the ball touch your hands. Get a feel for it.
4th and 10, here we go. Redbirds, one more play on defense would wrap it up. Throw over the middle, it is caught, then it is dropped, it's incomplete, or maybe it was caught on the deflection there, and now a fumble. What are they going to rule here? Right at the 1st down marker, it looks like a gain of about 9 if it stands for the offense, and it would be Redbird's ball because it's 4th and 10, and it's short of the marker.
I don't think the referees quite know what happened. It looked like he caught it, fumbled it. The ball fumbled forward. When it was recovered, the recovery person actually stuck the ball forward to the 1st down marker to try to get the mark. They're going to measure it.
They are going to measure. And I think it's going to be short, and that means it is a Redbird victory with 37 seconds to go. The Redbirds have the ball back. How about that?
Hey, you got to lean on your defense. They made the stop. You know, favorite movie, Al Pacino says the game is full of inches. And who's going to battle for that inch? Right there, the Redbird defense battled for that inch, and it was just enough.
A strange play on 4th down there, and they come just short of a 1st down, and it's Redbird's ball, and 37.9 seconds to go.
And for the 2nd week in a row, you're going to see the victory formation from the Flying Redbirds.
And they will be 3-3 with 3 games to go.
Or should we say the Running Redbirds?
Running Redbirds, going to win it 14-7. Hobbs will take a knee, and we're at 30 seconds to go. And now with 3 wins, do you start thinking about the playoffs where you need to get 5 wins?
No, you don't. You start thinking about next week in the Eastside Flyers coming in here.
Exactly, yeah.
Because here's the deal. You're at 3-3. You're sitting nice. You're sitting in a good position. That's your test. That's your test. If you can put up a showing on the Redbirds, and look at how well you played in no fouling. You got a couple wins. You still got a couple ones you know you might be able to get later down the road. Can you steal one from the Flyers on your home field? That's going to be the question next week.
1 week at a time, and they win it here tonight. It's over. The Redbirds 14, the Belleville East Lancers 7. Redbirds win it at Public School Stadium for homecoming 2013. Back with the postgame in a moment. Redbirds over the Lancers. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949. First Mid-America Credit Union, exceeding members' expectations since 1934. Gerard Fisher American Family Insurance, all of your protection under one roof. Macias Insurance, professional independent insurance agents. Tom Lane State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. Toyota, let's go places. Visit buyatoyota.com. Andy's Auto Body and Car Care, offering friendly service and reliable repairs since 1974. Liberty Bank, committed to providing excellent customer service above all else. Johnson's Corner, located at 2000 State Street in Alton, is the area's best corner bar and eatery. Burco Construction, offering all kinds of construction services from new building projects to renovations. Auto Butler Car Wash and Express Lube, located at 1706 Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. And Roper's Regal Beagle, the Metro East premier sports bar and grill.
Score. We were at 7-7 at halftime, and then that broken play, the difference in the game when Keyshawn Young picked up the loose ball near midfield and took it to the house.
And he's good for those. Good for one of those once a week, I guess.
I guess.
Maybe it's in the playbook. You know, they find the soft spot to make it bounce straight up to him, and he goes to the house with it. I'm a fan of Keyshawn Young. I think he brings a winning mentality to the football program. They are building. They're gaining momentum. Like I said, but they got the ACT next week. they've got the ACT next week, and it's going to be serious. And it's going to be very interesting to see how they respond to such a big test.
Redbirds win it 14-7. Our Munganast Alton Toyota player of the game, Coach.
Got to give it to 5.
Yeah.
Got to give it to 5. You know, we spread it around a little bit last week. You know, his little sisters play for me. They kind of gave me an eye at practice. So we're going to go ahead and give it to him straight out this week because he deserved it. He's just a grinder. I love him.
60-yard touchdown run in the first quarter, and then a 49-yard touchdown run in the third quarter. Keyshawn Young, the Redbird running back, our Munganast Alton Toyota player of the game. He was the offensive back of the week last week for the quarterback club, and he may be a repeat winner for the quarterback club this week. We'll have to wait and see, but we know that the Redbirds are 3-3, and they beat Belleville East on homecoming 14-7, and that's a good feeling, Coach.
That's a great feeling. You know, we're going back. You got to go back to the Joe Hook era to see a 500 ball club this late in the season. And then on top of that, I think we got to go back to the Kevon Lacey era maybe to see a homecoming win. I mean, we're talking 2007 and that 2017 playoff team. So we've got some things starting to brew and some excitement starting to go here in Alton with the football team. And hopefully people will get out to Public School Stadium or they'll turn in on the Big Z and listen in and keep rooting these young men on.
Redbirds with a big homecoming win tonight in front of a huge crowd. 14-7, the Redbirds over the Lancers, and that's going to do it. Thanks for tuning in to our doubleheader tonight. It was Highland over CM for homecoming in Bethalto tonight, and it was Alton over Belleville East for homecoming for Alton High tonight. We have more football tomorrow. 11 o'clock, the kickoff for Illinois at Nebraska, and then a couple of more Riverbend football games for you tomorrow afternoon. And tomorrow night, Marquette will be playing on this field tomorrow night against Nokomis, and that'll be here on the Big Z as well. Thanks to my partner, William Gordon, this is Brent Birkland from Public School Stadium. The Alton Redbirds, 14-7 over Belleville East. So long, everybody.